welcome to the show. My name is Clau and my guest today is Georgina Waite. Hi Georgina, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Good to see you. I'll give you a quick introduction. Georgina is the head of business affairs at ABC and part of the leadership team, and she has a 25 years career there already. And she leads a team responsible for negotiating contracts for content in television and audio production. And Georgina started her career as an intellectual property lawyer. And we have that in common, right? Seems ages ago. Georgina is also a former lecturer in media law at UTS, lawyer at Arts Centre of Australia and board member of Metro TV, and is now a deputy chair of the Screen Rights Board. And Georgina and I have been working together for a number of years now, and we share our passion for shifting leadership and leading as effortlessly as possible. And of course, coastal walks and Japanese food. So Georgina, welcome to the show again, and great to have you here today. Shall we get started?
Yes, please. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. My first question to you is the challenges you face and the opportunities you see. What have they been so far?
Look, one of the challenges for me is that I love to get stuck in and problem solve and have a strong sense of purpose. So I feel, I have a lot of energy and I want to use that energy productively. But when I look at other colleagues, they're great planners. They spend a lot of time planning, and sometimes I'm so frustrated with them because they just don't seem to get stuff done. They're always busy planning things out, and it's no, I can't attend to that because I've got to do these other 10 things before I do that. And so I guess for me, it's about getting the balance, harnessing all this energy and this purpose and this desire to problem solve that I have with a sense of planning, taking time, breathing, adjusting, and actually making sure that I am attending to that action list, not just writing it down and then rushing off onto other activities that, have taken my interest or energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that planning and prioritizing and following up on your action list, I can imagine that takes some thinking power and focus, right? So what helps you to do that?
Look, I think mindfulness can help. I did start doing mindfulness a couple of years ago, and 10 minutes a day, I noticed a change in the way I was dealing with stress and dealing with all the priorities and just having a greater, clearer focus of mind. But I think what really helps me stay focused is when I'm enjoying the job. So having a passion for what you do helps you focus and helps you retain that high energy level. And so we've talked about in our coaching sessions, Clau, that sense of flow. And it's something that I've become more aware of, that when you're in flow, that you have this great feeling of energy and purpose and positivity, and it just keeps you going. But obviously you can't be there all the time. And so it's using that downtime to plan and think and to address any problems or blockers you're encountering and to connect with colleagues. And then you can roll back into the flow when you're ready.
Yeah, that sounds good. I love the concept of flow. Thanks for bringing that up. Because what would you say that, like you said, you can't always be in flow. It's a state we go in and out. So when you're not in that state and you might feel stuck, what do you do to reinvent yourself?
Look, I think what was really interesting for me coming out of our coaching sessions was the importance of getting a perception outside your own perception. And I think, before coaching, I was really stuck in the sense of my worldview. And what that was doing was, I had all this sort of emotional attachment to not getting things done, being blocked, not being heard, not being recognized. And I think by stepping out of that personal view and starting to understand the priorities of others, that has been really essential to help me to kind of get into that flow and find my own energy. And I always remember you saying that you can never know another person's motivation, so don't assume. And that rings in my ears. And I now say that to my husband and my children.
Yeah, practice on your family first, right? Yeah, because sometimes reinventing ourselves is just shifting perspective, isn't it? And you've explained it so yes, so well. And would you say that in the process of adapting and reinventing yourselves, are there any risks you're taking or that you're willing to take?
Well, look, I didn't really think about taking risks before we did our coaching. I thought, I know what I want. I just need to work hard and I'll be recognized for what I do.
Yeah.
But that assumes that other people see you as you see yourself. And
Yeah.
I guess what I learned was that in actual fact, you have to take risks in order to get further or to push through. And that I understand now that it's okay to take risks and fail. So, you know, putting up your hand for a new project or a new role, even if you don't get that project or role, you will learn something by taking risks. And taking risks can be fun. They're an experiment. There's a chance to explore another side of yourself or to learn more. And in fact, I always say to my team, embrace your mistakes, because when you make a mistake, you learn more. But before coaching, I hadn't realized that I hadn't taught myself that lesson. So, you know, I was still beating myself up about every failure. And I guess that's what I've learned to do. Have fun, take risks and have fun and be prepared to fail.
Yeah, I'll echo that. Fun and fulfillment can go hand in hand, right? And we have to be willing to fail. That's a risk, but it's about trying. And you might surprise yourself, as you have, right? What will you be doing differently, or going forward? What will you be or do differently?
I'll be laughing a lot more. I think one thing we have done together through coaching is we've done a lot of laughing. And I guess what it really taught me is that it's about having fun. Like, if it's not fun, you need to change what you're doing. So you kept telling me to lighten up. And funnily, through kind of changing my perspective about work and about what's important and being prepared to take risks, I feel this enormous sort of weight off me. Yeah. Whereas I do actually feel lighter. I feel like, you know, before, the pressure of work was really getting me down. My interactions with colleagues and just the daily pressure of time, and even my interactions with my family. And, you know, we're all busy people at home and at work. And I just felt this weight of that upon me. And I guess what you reminded me was that life is supposed to be fun and work is supposed to be fun. And I guess that's forced me to say, hey, hang on, don't need to carry around all this sort of emotional baggage or whinge about things not getting done. Just find a way to move forward with these relationships, and remember that other people want to have fun and they want to be fulfilled in their jobs. So we're all actually on the same path. We just have to recognize that and work together. Yeah.
Wise words. And I love your insights, because that's so true. It's all about finding that way that works best for you, and then having fun with it all the way. Thanks so much, Georgina. Thanks so much for sharing your insights and your learnings. And thanks everyone for joining us. See you next time on the Shiftability Show. Keep shifting. See you soon. Bye.